Hello, I'm Roger Sheley, rangeland weed ecologist with the Agricultural Research Service and the Eastern Oregon Agricultural Research Center, and I'm here to present an Eastern Oregon Ag Minute. Sometime in the past, we've all learned from experience. Experience, though, is a pretty tough teacher. You get the test, then you get the lesson. Several of us at EOARC have been working on ways to manage land in a manner that maximizes the amount we learn by doing. The idea of learning by doing sounds pretty simple, but in management, it is neither simple nor easy. I can't count the number of times I've sat through land management planning meetings where the old-timers say, "We've tried that, and it didn't work then. Why would it work now?" But in the excitement of the new plan, no one hears the salient comment, and managers unwittingly continue to repeat flawed management. This week, we'll be discussing adaptive management, which is a way of learning by doing that isn't nearly as painful a teacher as good old experience. One definition of insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. Adaptive management is a scientific process that helps optimize our ability to learn by doing, so that we don't keep doing the same things over and over again, but instead gain the knowledge necessary to make better decisions as management proceeds. Often the term adaptive management is used as a buzzword for management plans that are simply management with some basic monitoring. Monitoring is very helpful and can provide basic information on whether or not management is meeting land use goals, but monitoring only rarely leads managers to the best possible method for achieving these goals. Tomorrow we'll talk about how adaptive management helps identify best management practices. This week we are discussing adaptive management, which is a way of identifying the best possible management practices as management proceeds. Adaptive management works best in situations where we really don't know the best way of achieving our management goals. Basically, we design our management with controls that allow us to compare the results of our management to what would have happened if we did nothing. It's funny, sometimes we find that doing nothing is better than what we actually paid to do. In more sophisticated versions of adaptive management, we try various alternative methods in different areas across the landscape to see which method works best. These types of programs use simple experimental design methods to ensure scientific validity. Since adaptive management is really landscape-scale research, it may be most useful for researchers and managers to work together to ensure that the experiments are relevant to the important questions and are workable. Researchers can survey published literature, suggest management alternatives, while the managers can determine which of those alternatives are really feasible. Managers can ensure research questions are addressed, while researchers can bring in the experimental design and analysis skills that are essential for the development of effective adaptive management. In the implementation phase, researchers and managers can work together to make sure that the program leads to identifying the best management practices. It's often stated that if we do not document and know history, we are destined to repeat it. And doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is one definition of insanity. In these times of conflicts, confusion, lack of scientific knowledge, and where our management decisions may need to be defended in court, adaptive management offers a scientifically based method to continue to manage and improve our management in the process. Adaptive management gives us the framework to make the best decisions and be able to defend them. As a result, researchers and managers work closely together to implement the best possible management, thereby protecting and conserving our natural resources for future generations. I'm Roger Sheley. Thanks for listening.